Well, it's gonna be a real long night. So we got the crankshaft in, the main studs in, bearings back in on the 2J. Now we gotta go through the tedious process of setting ring gap so we can get these new oversized pistons in. If you don't know why we got oversized pistons, I would recommend going and watching our previous 2J video. Long story short, had to bore the engine out. I'm still using the stock stroke though. Shout out to Zach at Real Street Performance. Those dudes, Zach down there in Real Street hooked me up. Pistons weren't even listed for sale on the website, but he found a set for me, got them shipped to me in like 2 days. And yeah, pretty much everything you see here going into the 2J in this series all came from Real Street Performance, and it's all been through Zach. So, great company to work with. Obviously not sponsored by them by any means. Nowhere near like Gio's level on his 2J, but one day we'll get there. Anyway, I've got a long night ahead of me, so I'll probably do like a fucking montage or something of me putting these piston rings in the cylinder, getting them gapped and all that stuff, but I'm not looking forward to doing this. Anyway, I guess I got to. So now that we finally got the rings gap, we can go ahead and start putting our brand new Manly pistons onto our stock rods. And the reason why I'm just sticking with stock rods is because this right now is just a temporary fix for an old block. I'm not ready to commit to a full-on stroker kit just yet because I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be running that particular block. It's definitely towards the end of its life. And why would I throw all that money into the stroker kit to get that set up for it first and then turn around and have to get a new block as well. So stroker kit will be coming, but this just ain't that time. So now, along with new pistons, stock rods, we're going to go ahead and replace the bearings because it's one thing I didn't get to replace when I originally rebuilt the engine. And then of course, going with some more ARP hardware, we got some new ARP rod bolts. So now we have ARP mains, rod bolts, and head studs. Now, I'm not 100% sure if these rods are directional or not. So they're chamfered on both sides, but I don't know if there's a difference between the two sides. Alright guys, so it's just past midnight. I'm staying up and trying to get this block put back together, at least get the short block done. I finally got the email that my oil pump's supposed to be in by Thursday, so there's still the slightest chance that I can make the Street Car Takeover. If you're going to be there, check it out, come see. But I don't know, not a whole lot of faith that the car is going to get put back together and shaken down in time to go up to Street Car Takeover. There's still some registration stuff I got to do or get a trailer. But yeah, we're going to try to get it done. I'm going to try to fly through these pistons as fast as I can, get them in there. I'm just skipping some steps that I wouldn't skip otherwise, such as doing 5-bolt stretch. So I'm just going to go with the torque. But again, not ideal, but trying to make a time happen. So, new day. I was up until about 2 a.m. yesterday or this morning, whatever day that is. But we got the pistons in, got everything torqued down. Rotating assembly is done. I'm just waiting on the main seals and a new oil pump to come in. All of which should be here tomorrow, which is Thursday. And then we can have the entire short block done. Probably gonna go and throw the head on today in anticipation for that. And once that oil pump gets here, that's really all we're waiting on to get this back together. I take that back. I'm waiting for one threaded pipe from Drift Motion as well to help with the oil filter relocation. But that's not a huge showstopper because worst case scenario, I can run the oil filter setup that I was running before. I'll just swap out the sandwich plates for the new thermostatic one from Mishimoto. As you can see, Manley pistons look phenomenal in here. Even with that sleeve cylinder, still looks pretty good. I don't know what it is about this engine. It does not like new rod bearings at all. Anytime I put new rod bearings in, it feels like it's binding up and the crank won't turn over. But I managed to get it in there. Had to torque it to factory specs and not the ARP recommended specs, but I'm willing to live with that for this engine. Like I said, when this one goes, it's just another excuse for me to buy a new block. Here's where I had a little accident and I dropped the block. So yeah, next up, getting the head on there, and of course the head gasket, ARP studs for that. Studs in, head gasket on, same Wiseco head gasket. Now I gotta get the head on. Any guys who've done 2JZ heads, you know the little washers for the head studs can't go in with the head already on. There we go. I'm really suspect about this engine stand, but the sooner I can get all this on there, the better, because the sooner I can get it off of this engine stand. It's not really the stand that I don't trust, it's the bolts holding it. Alright, so there we have it. Bam, just like that. Got our head back on. Bottom end's done. Just waiting on that oil pump, so we can throw the oil pan on here. Throw the front and rear main seals. And yeah, that's really all that's left on this thing. Aside from obviously the, the manifolds, the turbo, all the stuff that makes it a car worth having. But luckily we aren't waiting for someone to ship those. I've got those just sitting over there on the shelf. So time to torque these down and throw some of those nice Brian Crower goodies in there. Thanks for watching this one. And again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn notifications, all that other stuff that you're supposed to do when you watch these YouTube videos. Enter in for your chance to win one of our giveaway items. Every 500 new subscribers we get, we're going to pick a winner from our subscriber list. So subscribe once, stay subscribed. You're always entered to win our YouTube giveaways. Also, we have another Instagram giveaway going on. We got a video up about that. Yeah. It's hot and I'm done. So I'll see you guys next time.